back here and saying about the boiler, but I'm sure a lot of you know, ladies and gentlemen, but it's surprising how many people don't realise that the steam trains are obviously going on strike tomorrow, but the steam trains in the UK are totally different from the ones in America, and it's a very simple thing. People don't realise how different they are. In this country, we're a small country, we use coal because we didn't need much to get from Manchester to Birmingham, so the tender behind was small. In America, all the steam trains, they run on lumber, on timber, because obviously if they had a problem, and you've seen it on the films, they'd get off and they'd get some. But I mean, they were travelling a lot longer distance. But the principle of the steam engine was all the same. Right, we're going to start with this big boy here, and this gentleman has just told me something very interesting. So whilst we've got a lot of catering facilities out there on site, I said to him about the boiler, and I was saying, could you tell me a little bit about the boiler? And then he went on to tell me, what's in the front there, ready for later on?
Jacket potatoes.
There you go. So he's already, as I said to you, they lived in them. They were their homes originally, not this gentleman, but when they were a working machine. So there you go, you've got an inbuilt oven. So I was saying about the steam, and I was asking him about it. I said, it's not just a boiler, is it? There's tubes. And he said, yeah, there is. And I'll let him tell you how they generate the steam, because that's something a little bit different again.
First of all, you have to light the fire, right? So the heat goes up the tubes, heating the water on the outside, and then once the engine's running, the exhaust will create a draft up the chimney, and it'll draw the fire. And you've got an ash pan where you've got a damper on there to regulate the airflow. And that's basic principle. You've got to keep the water level correct, and your fire going, and you just control it, and that's all there is to it.
And how much energy or coal would they have consumed in a normal working day, something of this size?
You probably get about, I don't know, 500 weight of coal a day, something like that. It all depends the type of coal, because some burns better than others. Your steam coal, you use less and get more heat out of it. Your normal house coal goes straight up the chimney and makes a mess. But it doesn't last as long.
So the steam coal's slower burning?
It's slow burning, but it opens up
like a mushroom.
Yes, yeah. Then you get it stays there for a long time.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So house coal basically just
it'll just burn straight away.
Right, okay.
A lot of heat instantly, but you have to keep feeding.
It just keep the fire light.
You'd use twice as much basically.
Right, yeah, okay. And from what I'm after ordering coal in for this event, the quality of coal now, not as good as it used to be?
It's not very good nowadays.
No. And hard to get hold of?
Sorry?
Is it hard to get hold of?
It is now, because they've closed the mine. There's a mine in Wales somewhere, an open cast mine, and I don't know whether they've closed it or it's restricted sales.
So it's limiting the supply of the coal?
The rally people can't get the coal anymore.
No, that's right.
And the heritage railways are struggling as well.
Right, okay. So again, it's a problem, isn't it?
It is a problem, and also they want to ban it, don't they?
They do want to ban it?
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder now, is the government having a bit of a say in it?
Maybe.
You don't know, do we?
We never know anything, do we?
That's right.
Don't bring politics into it, Bernie, don't bring politics. Well, what's interesting, I didn't realise, and thank you for teaching me, I thought it was my coal, yeah, I've still got a coal fire, and it comes from Colombia. It's imported into Liverpool, and he brings it to my house from there. Damn good coal, but I didn't realise that you couldn't use, it's got to be a special
Where you live, so someone brings your coal in there.
I'll give you the name of my coal merchant. He's a good lad, actually. Right, thanks very much. Right, Bernie.
Well, come down and see this young lady here. Right. How are we doing, okay?
Very good.
And I see this is called Smoky. On the back of your top's called Smoky.
Yeah.
So why is it called Smoky? Because it smokes?
It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Well, it would, yes, that's right. But that's where the nickname's come from, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you had this?
About 2 years now.
Right, okay. And do you do maintenance on it? Is it
yeah, we did a bit of restoration over the winter and took it apart and gave it a new big end and a little one. So
Right, okay. Is steam engines in the family? Have you got bigger ones at all?
No, not at the minute. I think Dad's anchoring after one.
Right, okay, yeah. Serious money?
Yeah,
Expensive?
quite.
Yeah. So is this yours or is it shared between you and your sister?
I haven't got a sister.
Oh, I thought you were sisters. Sorry. I just assumed you never should assume, should you?
She's my mum. So,
She's who, sorry?
she's my mum.
She's your mum. Well, where's that left me, eh? Where's that left me? But there we are, I'll carry on. So how much coal does this use?
In a day, about half a bag.
Does it?
Depending
Right,
on what
okay,
you're doing.
yeah.
So,
And do you use the same coal as big steamers?
yeah.
But you have to sort of push it down in
Yeah.
inside. Yeah, okay. Are you local?
Just from Telford. So.
Come on, sir.
Telford.
Telford, oh right, okay. Not too far away.
15 minutes.
And where's your next show?
St. Aston, Sunday.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So you enjoy the steam?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Thank you for bringing it along.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, mother.
Sorry.
Anthony, club member. How are we doing, okay?
Yeah, no
Very good. Can you tell me a bit about your steam wagon, please?
It's a 4.5 inch scale Gordon steam wagon, built from a kit.
Right. Have you built it?
There's part built.
Part built, and you finished it off?
Yeah, come from Norfolk.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Again, obviously, health and safety comes into it. It's going to be certificated.
Yeah,
Same as the big ones. And so the certification is for what? The boiler?
Yeah, it's the boiler.
Yeah, and it gets pressure tested?
Yeah, hydraulic tested, pressure tested.
Right.
Every year.
Every year, okay. And do you have to be installed?
Yeah, always full. Road registered.
Road, okay. So this road registered, how old is it?
2012.
Right, okay. So do you have to, is there a little number plate on it? Is there a number plate on the back? Right, okay. So do you have to, once it's built, do you apply for a logbook for it, or how does it work?
Yeah, it's just like a car.
Just the same as a car? Right. Again, do you go to many shows with it?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, we try driving it down the road as many as we can.
Is this classed as a miniature?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's not like a... No. And is it based on a steam wagon that you know of?
Yeah, it's based on like the 1990s.
Right, okay, yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. A lot of pride enjoying it. Yeah.
Gets you out the house, doesn't it?
It does. Thank you for bringing it along. Thank you. Right, little miniature. How are we doing, sir?
All right, thank you.
Very good. And if you tell me a little bit about your steamer, your little miniature.
It's a 3-inch scale Marshall traction engine.
Right.
And it was one of a pair built in the late 90s between myself and my father.
Right, okay. So there's a lot of love gone into this then?
Oh yeah. It's kept us quiet for a few years. Took us about 7.5 years to build the two.
Right, okay. Kit built?
No. We built everything ourselves, including the boilers, the 2 boilers.
Oh, so it's all scratch built? You built it all yourself?
Yeah.
Wow. So obviously, you must have had like some instructions.
Yeah, we've got a set of drawings.
Right, okay.
Fairly well equipped workshop.
Right. So you got lathe, drills,
milling machine, shaper, welder. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I must admit that is some engineering.
Yeah, it doesn't always run this well.
Doesn't it? No.
There are off days, but no, it's going all right. It's going well.
So like the boiler, so you made the boiler yourself as well?
Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely fantastic. Really is. And again, this has obviously been pressure tested, certificated.
Exactly the same as a full size.
Yeah.
Tested every year.
Yeah. Is this road registered?
This one isn't. No, it's a bit small for that.
Right. Okay.
But to build a bigger one, we'll go register.
Yeah. Well, absolute credit to you.
Right, thank you.
Thank you for bringing it to the show. Thank you. Right, just working down the line. As you can see, this the one behind me here belongs to Alan Williams, also a local club member. There he is, he's hiding.
Come around here and tell us a bit about it now. I'll tell you.
Alan, what can you tell me?
This was built by Charles Boland's sons in Thetford in 1910. It is a 7 nominal horsepower single crank compound, double drive, supplied new to Richard Rainford at Alcan near Formby, and then went on to work for famous contractors in Lancashire, the Ball family. It went into preservation in the mid-50s, it steamed across country to the east part, and has been through a few hundred in preservation since then. As far as we know, it was ordered new with the canopy, which is a typical Lancashire canopy. And then we have a Dyson trailer behind, probably built around late 50s, early 60s. And on that trailer there is a Copeland and Son engine, which is built in Glasgow and works in a brewery in Glasgow. And so far as we know, that's the only one of its example of its make surviving.
Right, okay. So obviously I know we'll be very local, you steamed it down here, and later on this afternoon or maybe tomorrow you'll be steaming it back home again?
Yeah, we'll be steaming on tonight after
Yeah. That's dedication. So this engine, what was it used for originally? Is it road haulage?
It might have done a bit of haulage, but as far as we know, the first owners, they have quite a big estate, so it would have worked within the estate.
Right.
You know, thrashing, maybe powering the sawmills, that sort of thing, which is known as a general purpose engine, and primarily it was thrashing contractors, sawmills, and that sort of thing, maybe bells, and of course towing trailers, etc. as well.
And there's a point there that you were all sitting in the stand earlier when we had the thrashing machine. I've got a friend who lives at the racecourse at Oswestry, and about 5 years ago he'd had the mobile saw yard, and they brought the saw yard, and yes, now it was driven by modern agriculture, but that's exactly it. It was a belt-driven thing. They'd come on site, cut a tree down, and then they'd mill all the timber for the farmer for his buildings, wouldn't they? And the other thing that's reminded me, the first tractor, did you say this was 7 horsepower? 7 nominal horsepower. The first tractor ever made was 1 horsepower. The first one in the 1890s was 1 horsepower. And now, as I say, the biggest tractor in the world is 1100 horsepower, Big Bud in America. So we've come a fair way in 100 years.
7 nominal horsepower would equate to something like probably about 90 brake horsepower on a diesel engine of today.
Right, okay, yeah. Fantastic, isn't it? And I know, obviously around the ring, I see your daughter drives it as well. Is this something that obviously you enjoy doing? You do, yeah?
Yeah, I do it quite a lot.
Very confident driver?
Well, I get the hang of it a bit more now.
You do very well, extremely well, you know. Driving from your pitch onto the ring here, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And it's nice to see that. We've seen a lot of the younger generation taking interest.
Yes,
It's our future really, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think the biggest issue, having talked to the gentleman down there, as he says, is getting the coal, and you know, he says now you don't see many people actually going up and down the roads on them. They tend to transport them more on a low loader because of the cost of the coal and actually sourcing the coal, as he's now educated me today, which I didn't realise. So every time we come to this burning, you and I, we learn more and more, and it's interesting. Yeah, you never stop learning, do you?
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Yeah, great big thing. So I'm 6'5". It's a fair wheel, isn't it?
6'5", yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, but the engineering that's gone into it is, and the other thing, of course, is saying about the horsepower that it's got. You'd need quite a lot just to get this big old boy moving.
You would.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
There we go. This one rather nice at the back, and Dorothy, little toolbox. This one must be the convertible version. Hasn't got a canopy over the top. Quite a different setup.
You're not the owner.
No, they all disappear. Right, where are you going to go next? Did I see which is the smallest one we've got?
We've done the little small one there, and we haven't done the chapper yet. How are we doing, alright? Very good. You okay?
Yes, thanks.
Very good. You tell me about the steamer, please.
It's probably the smallest traction engine on the field. It's freelance, so it isn't actually based on a full-size engine. It's a bit of a mix of the different types of engines.
Right, okay.
But it's got a burrow chimney and a burrow front, so it's very sort of burrow orientated.
Yeah.
So it's just over 2-inch scale, so it's 2 inches to the foot. But I've made all my own patterns, all my own castings. The only thing I didn't do was provide the gears and the nuts and bolts. So pretty much all my own work.
Right.
25 years old, I've a party soon.
Right, okay.
Been rallying it for 25 years. So, done me well.
And what sorts of maintenance you need to do to keep this sort of going? So after the show today, you'll take it back home,
Clean it. Clean it. But after the 25 years, about halfway, about 12 years, I had a complete sort of redoing all the pins, the moving parts.
Right.
Because of the wear and tear. It's something that you've just got to accept. Oil's fairly cheap. I put plenty of oil on, but it still wears.
That's right.
But no, it's done me well. I'm trying to build a bigger one, very slowly.
Are you? Right, okay.
But I think you'll see me with this one for many, many more years to come.
Just out of interest, how big is the next one that you're going to build?
Well, that's 6 inches to the foot, so it's going to be, not as big as that 6 inch, but it'll be a 5.5 foot tall, 7 foot long. So there's a bit of a difference between this and what I'm building now. Well, I've been on it since. The bloke asked me if I wanted 2,000 on the steam chest.
Right,
That's
okay.
22 years ago.
Right, okay. So it's an ongoing project.
A long-term project. Yeah.
Will we see it here next year?
No. I don't think. You'll see this here hopefully next year.
That'll be fantastic. Well, thank you for bringing
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for bringing it
We're
down.
part of a club. There's a couple of other members about.
Right.
We're called the Black Country Live Steamers. And we meet once a month and just chat about steam engines. We meet up with a few of these rallies, and it's very nice for people like yourselves to invite us and let us, show our wares.
So where's your club based?
It's it's called the Black Country Live Steamers,
Right.
which is really the Black Country, which is Dudley, Stroke, but we meet just outside of Dudley, and once a month we have about 55 members.
Wow, yeah.
Most of them have got engines.
A little engine, yeah.
And we provide boiler testing facilities. As I say, most of them come from within the sort of Midlands.
Right, yeah. The
There are the MSRBS, which is the Model Road Vehicle Society, and they cover the country. They cover all the country.
Okay, yeah.
And they're based down Gloucester, and they'll have a little do in next month.
Fantastic.
Down Oswestry, so if people want to see lots and lots of little engines, they could probably get themselves down to Oswestry behind the Abbey, and we'll see lots of these.
Fantastic. It's good. Absolutely brilliant. And to be honest, these clubs need promoting because we're all getting older and we need younger generations to come in.
We've got a few. Well, when I say young people, Mike is probably one of the youngest, and that is Mike.
But it's good to see the younger generation getting
But
involved.
we have had grandchildren take over.
So that's right,
So
yeah.
it's gone on.
It's what it needs.
It's going on, and we're not just steam engines. We have people with motorbikes,
Right, okay.
and other interests. We're not predominant steam, but we have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And as he says, the Abbey there at Tewkesbury, if you've never been as far as Tewkesbury, I can recommend it. get down by the river and have a few beers. You'll all seen it when we have the floods. You can't believe it's the same place. But on a summer's evening, having a beer, it's absolutely lovely, yeah. And yeah, all the rivers around River Severn, etc. It's an absolutely wonderful part of the countryside to be in. And once again, yes, without all these clubs, we'd be absolutely lost, and it's most appreciated. And the friendship, it's like everything in life, the friendship and the knowledge grows through meeting up. And we can only thank you, the general public as well, for supporting us again today. Something that I think we all greatly missed during lockdown, and it's lovely to see so many here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Very true, Dave. Very true.
You see, the best approach in life is like this little dog. He's just going to let the world go by while he has asleep under the back wheel.
I don't blame him. Are we going to interview one more person?
I think we can do.
These chaps here, I think. I know we interviewed yesterday, but I imagine we can do the same again, can't we? Yeah.
They're wealthy men, they've got new boots on. I tell you.
Just a show.
Yeah, there you go. Who's going to tell us about it today?
It's a 4.5-inch scale steam Foden. This one was built from kits from steam traction wheels. It took us 6 years to build, and we finished in 2013. We've been rallying ever since on that one.
Okay, now something, as somebody who is practical, straight away thinks, I'd buy a 4-inch version, I'd buy a 6-inch version. Why would anybody want to make the job harder on working 4.5 in terms of, you know what I mean? It's when they manufacture, why go for a 4.5? Is there a reason behind that?
I'm not sure. It was they were produced from an original drawing by Lou Rex, so it's just a scale he picked. And everyone's worked off it ever since for some reason. Why 4.5? Who knows?
So was it all built, so you bought it in kit form and assembled it?
Yeah, we bought it as machine kits. Right. And then you get one a month for 2 years. And then we've assembled it but it all comes, all the parts come as if they come off a CNC and lathe. So you've got all the deburring, all the fitments you have to make sure everything fits together as it should.
Right, okay.
So some practical knowledge is needed to, it's not a case of you get it.
It's just bolt it together. Yeah. No, that's right. So obviously there's a lot of skill and also a bit of engineering needed to build it together. Yeah. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. So I see this is registered 63.
Yeah.
So which is going to be 2013, isn't it?
2013,
yeah.
That was, yeah.
So you've had it since then, since it's been road registered, you've had it for the last sort of 7-9 years?
Yeah, that's how long it's been on the road being used as a steam engine. Before that we obviously assembled it from end of 06.
Right.
Until then. Yeah. It took us till that time to actually complete the model.
So do you do road runs with it, like short road runs, or?
Yeah, we will take on road if we do shows. Sometimes they have a road run. We'd have had a road run last night, but it rained. Yeah. So we would have had to put down the village. Right. The rain just took us at the run time. So
no, that's right, we do.
Most rallies you have a little bit of a pub run or a little bit out in that.
Brilliant.
After the show, to give it just a leg.
That's right. So that completes it, isn't it, David?
It does. I was going to say, can you get done with being drunk in charge of a steam train? Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
I bet. Same as
rallies. Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Well, thank you to all our exhibitors, and I tell you something I noticed, Bernie. You and me invest in a steam train. I think the first thing we've got to do is buy a cap.
A
cap with a badge is obviously a must, isn't it?
I think so. I bet.
Yeah, there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together, please, for the steamers?
Thank you, folks. If you'd care to take them out now,
and steamers, if you can whistle back to the ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we'll have a toot off you all and go out by the most direct route. Don't go all around the arena. Go out safely.
Steady, Dave.
Yeah, I've got cramp. It's amazing, this little dog, he's not bothered by all this noise, is he? He's obviously been to many of them.
you like to enter the ring, exit the ring, please. Thank you, steamers. Commercials, if you can get the cars in, the lorries in, please. Just let the steamers come out. Commercial section, get your engine started.
Yeah. Hey, I've just asked him when the date is in Tewkesbury. He said, oh, I can't remember. Hey, and he's in charge of the society, I don't know. But he said it's the middle of July and there is a website. So if you go on these things, you'll be able to find it there.
Right, let's rock and roll then. Right, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody's lost a phone, anybody lost a mobile phone, go to the secretary's office. Mobile phone, if you lost a mobile phone, go to the secretary's office. And also, exhibitors, any vehicle movement till 4:30. No vehicle movement, they're exiting the show until 4:30. Thank you.
Thank you, steamers. Hope to see you next year. As soon as the steamers leave, we'll be ready for the commercials. As you can appreciate, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just a case of, oh, they're going to go home now. A lot of these are going to be loaded back up onto transporters, and the price of fuel now, so this just cost hundreds of pounds to get these transported to the various shows. So we do appreciate the paying public, which helps out on to see these steamers. So without the paying public, we have no show.
Yeah, of course you can. Trainers here helping out today. Okay, of course you can.